Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day to you. That's depending where you are in the world. I'm here live in London. We're doing our nighttime devotion from the devotional Conflict and Courage. The title today, 4 in the Furnace. Daniel 3:17. Our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O King. The Lord did not forget his own. As his witnesses were cast into the furnace, the Saviour revealed himself to them in person, and together they walked in the midst of the fire. In the presence of the Lord of heat and cold, the flames lost their power to consume. From his royal seat, the king looked on, expecting to see the men who had defied themselves utterly destroyed. But his expecting to see the men who had defied him utterly destroyed. But his feelings of triumph suddenly changed. The nobles standing near saw his face grow pale as he started from the throne and looked intently into the glowing flames. In alarm, the king, turning to his lords, asked, "Did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the 4th is like the Son of God." How did that heathen king know what the Son of God was like? The Hebrew captives filling positions of trust in Babylon had in life and character represented before him the truth. When asked for a reason of their faith, they had given it without hesitation. Plainly and simply, they had presented the principles of righteousness, thus teaching those around them of the God whom they worshipped. They had told of Christ, the Redeemer to come, and in the form of the 4th in the midst of the fire, the king recognized the Son of God. So, who walked with the Hebrew worthies in the fiery furnace will be with his followers wherever they are. His abiding presence will comfort and sustain. In the midst of the time of trouble such has not been since there was a nation, his chosen ones will stand unmoved. Satan, with all the hosts of evil, cannot destroy the weakest of God's saints. Angels that excel in strength will protect them, and in their behalf, Jehovah will reveal himself as a God of gods, able to save the uttermost those who have put their trust in him. Again, powerful. 4 in the furnace. This, as it says here, heathen king recognized the Son of God as the 4th person in the furnace. How? Because in all the time they had been there, among the royalty, among the wise men, and among the hierarchy, they were not shy to teach of their learnings, of the truth that they knew of the God of all creation and his Son, Jesus. And in doing so, in their teaching and sharing of the scriptures, as soon as the 4th man appeared in the fire, the king recognized and said, "Who is that? That's the Son of God." you see that? How did he recognize it? Just as Jesus walked among those 3 Hebrew boys in the midst of that fire, not a singe, not a burn, all their bounds released. When we go through a time of trouble, as says here, time of trouble, as has not been since there was a nation. So basically, no one has in the whole history of mankind, there's not been a time of trouble as we are expecting to come. You will not believe what is to come. You won't want to, but the only way that you will get through it is to know about it, to know you cannot get through it on your own, but to trust him. Trust him, obey him, and do his will. And this is why they say Jesus is your only hope. Jesus is your only hope of getting to heaven, because Jesus showed us the way. He showed us how to live. He showed us how to think. He showed us how to talk and walk and be. And that is the only way you and me will make it to our heavenly kingdom, his heavenly kingdom, hopefully, all well to be ours. I will see you there.